You have reached a pronoun checkpoint. You may save your pronouns by posting them in the comments. Have your pronouns changed recently? Do you want to do some experimenting? Go forth and know that your pronouns are safe here.
Yeah, I think the pronouns are really confusing.
Yes, I don't even know what a pronoun is.
A few moments later.
Bite is my wife. Bite uses Bite Bites pronouns because that's what feels the most comfortable to Bite. I hope you can respect that because Bite loves having you in Bite's life.
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Jesus Christ.
Now hang on one second, let me get this straight. So that first young lady we just heard from with the green hair said, have your pronouns changed recently, or would you like to do some experimenting? So she's freely admitting that these people can change their pronouns whenever they like, or by experimenting, I'm assuming she means just totally making up new ones, like we heard from the second young lady with bite self. Haven't heard that one before. However, they expect us to use the correct pronouns and neopronouns and genders, or we're the hateful bigots. How does that work? Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a very quick and fairly crazy Clown World update for you guys today, and as usual, we have no time to waste, so let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, oh look, it's Mr. Belding from that TV show Saved by the Bell wearing a wig. Well, you're wrong. This is Diana. Now, Diana is a biological man who identifies as a trans woman, calls himself a lesbian, and yes, Diana does use the ladies' restroom.
What is your f***ing problem, man? Huh?
So I think I got that wrong. That fella Diana we just saw, who I said looked like Principal Belding from Saved by the Bell wearing a wig. Well, it wasn't Principal Belding who I was picturing in my head, but I can't quite put my finger on who I was thinking of. It's an actor from one of those TV shows from back in the day. I'm sure some of you guys know who I'm talking about. Anyway, next up, so here we have another song. We've heard a bunch of these jingles lately about pronouns and genders and such. Well, here's a new one. Roll it.
She, then call her she.
Yeah?
If someone goes by he, then call him he. If someone goes by they, then call them they. But it doesn't mean it'll turn you gay. If you went by she and someone called you he, wouldn't you be annoyed? And if you went by he, but someone called you she, wouldn't you try and convince them that you're a boy? It's not a youth trend, it's people's lives that have always been affected and disenfranchised. Doesn't matter what you think you see, it's basic human empathy. Okay, boomers, let's try it together. If someone goes by she, then call her she. If someone goes by he, then call him he. If someone goes by they, then call them they. It doesn't mean it'll turn you gay.
Your song? It's awful. I hate it.
First of all, why is that person wearing a mask? Secondly, did you guys catch that line in the song that said, it doesn't matter what you think you see? So basically, don't believe your lying eyes. Just say what we tell you to say. Anyway, next up. So this says, black women do not exist to save you. Oh, this should be good. Roll it.
Let's just get right into it, and let me be clear when I say this. Black women do not exist to save you. In this country and many more, black women have done our fair share, if not more than our fair share of work. If black women were to never do another thing, particularly in this country, we would be well within our right. There comes a time in life that black women want to enjoy the warmth of the sun. And we don't want to ask permission to do that. Because we understand this world is never going to give black women permission to enjoy life. Black women, you got to take that. You got to reclaim you, because this world is always going to try to extract from you, and it will extract everything from you, chew you up, swallow you, and then spit you back out. And all it will ask is, do it again, black woman. Fix it again, black women. Clean it up for us, black women. We're going to tear it down and you build it back up, black women. And we're tired. We're tired of that. It is time for black women to reclaim ourselves.
That's just self-centered and racist. You need to shut the up.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Where do they come up with this? Now, I think people like the black woman who just heard from and this liberal white woman are on the same page with all the nonsense they spew. Now, this is a teacher, and she's upset that one of the books in her classroom shows an all-white family. Not biracial, not gay, lesbian, not Asian, black, Hispanic, just an all-white family, and she doesn't like it. Imagine that. Roll it.
Happy Friday, but can I ask you a serious question? How is it 2023 and this, I'll show you in a minute, is what we are saying the majority of families look like? This is the majority families. Don't get me wrong, there are families like that, and those families have plenty of things dedicated to them, movies and books and holidays and all the things. Why, like, if we're really getting serious about what people think teachers are doing in the classroom, why is that on a book? Why is that a picture representing families? I'm just asking on this Friday. That's it.
Hey, lady, shut up!
Now, did you happen to notice the rainbow-colored lanyard around her neck with the little Protect Trans Kids pin on it? That tells you everything you need to know about that teacher, and every parent with a student in her classroom needs to get him out of there immediately. Anyway, next up, so this young lady is in a polyamorous relationship with 4 or 5 other people. Ugh. Roll it.
I'm in a polyamorous relationship with 4 other people, and this is a diagram of what our relationship looks like. So that's me in the center, and I am dating L, N, W, and A. A is non-binary, and they're in a relationship with a lesbian. I'll call them E. And L is a partner I've been with for the longest. We've been together for almost 3 years, and he is also dating C. As for the other 3 partners, I met them all around the same time, and I've been with each of them for about a year and a bit. You'll also notice that N and I have the same partners. Basically, we have very, very similar taste in people, and the 5 of us hang out quite a lot. And we have a group chat where we just keep everyone updated on what's going on in our lives. And they're all fantastic, amazing people. All of us met at university, and yeah, it's been a wild old time.
A, she was a hooah. B, she was a hooah.
I feel like those polycules or love triangles, whatever you want to call them, I feel like they always end terribly. Like there's always some strange guy involved that gets super jealous and decides to end the relationship for everybody, if you know what I mean. Anyway, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. Now, this is singer-songwriter Sam Smith. Now, Sam Smith is the exact opposite of toxic masculinity. And most of you know Sam Smith is a non-binary they-them. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by, wanted to remain anonymous, just wanted to go by Homeboy, so you know who you are, Homeboy. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate the kind words and support. So, Anonymous Homeboy is today's video sponsor. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. Alright, get Sam Smith off the screen, please. I can't take much more of this. Oof.
He looks like a fucking loser.
Alright, next up. So it's always kind of amusing when the left starts to eat their own. So I'm gonna guess this guy is a climate activist / communist. Now, he's upset that Taylor Swift just won Time Magazine's Person of the Year. Roll it.
I'm sorry, but can anybody tell me how that woman just won Time's Person of the Year? What has she been influential for besides, I don't know, promoting a disgusting level of consumerism and support for capitalism? Like, she quite literally contributes an astronomical amount to CO2 emissions just with her private jet, and she still has not called for a ceasefire. How much did she pay them? How much did she pay them?
It's funny because it's true.
Now, none of this is by accident. The establishment knows just how influential Taylor Swift is, especially with younger voters, so my opinion is they're getting her all buttered up right now for the campaign support in 2024, but then again, what do I know? Anyway, next up, so here we have Ibram X. Kendi. Now, Ibram X. Kendi is a blatant racist. He's an anti-white racist. He's part of the whole critical race theory thing and white fragility thing. Anyway, here he is speaking at some kind of Netflix conference, I think, and it's the same old nonsense that comes out of his mouth every time. Every time. Roll it.
I don't think white people worldwide have really reckoned with how much their own personal identity is shaped by constructions of whiteness, and how much that construction of whiteness prevents white people from connecting to humanity. In other words, recognizing that when you recognize that you are part and parcel of humanity, in other words, you're not over humanity, right? It allows you to really be able to connect to people who don't look like you, who have kinky hair, who have dark skin, and to see yourself in them. And it's whiteness that prevents that.
That's racism, man. I love to racism, bro.
Now, you notice how Ibram X. Kendi did not want to talk about large groups of certain people going into stores and looting and robbing. You notice Ibram X. Kendi didn't want to talk about FBI crime statistics. All Ibram X. Kendi ever wants to talk about is how bad whiteness is. Anyway, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip of former Vice President Joe Biden looking like a deer caught in the headlights because finally the reporters are asking him, hey, what's up with your relationship between your brother and son's business partners? The evidence is out there. It's all out on the table. You can't deny it anymore, but guess what? Joe Biden still denies it. He just calls them lies. This is insane. This is the face of a guilty man right here, folks. That's the face of a guilty man. Anyway, things are clearly getting crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
President Biden on Ukraine and also China. There's polling by the Associated Press that shows that almost 70% of Americans, including 40% of Democrats, believe that you acted either illegally or unethically in regards to your family's business interests. Can you explain to the Americans, amid this impeachment inquiry, why you interacted with so many of your son and brother's foreign business associates?
I'm not going to comment on that. I did not, and it's just a bunch of lies.
You didn't interact with many of their business associates?
I did not. There's lies.
You're a liar. You're a liar. You know something that you're not telling us, you slimy scumbag liar.
And you ain't black.